All could have been yours for the throw of a dart. Well, the world isn't completely fallen about, because there you are, you've got your bullies, also you've got your tankards. There is your money, £410. It's in the tankards there with our compliments. Two superb players, ladies and gentlemen, as good as we've had on the programme. And even these two lads didn't just manage it, but they'll be cheering for you back at home. Thanks for taking part in the game tonight. Thanks to Rich, he's 610 quid, isn't that marvellous? So a lot of people benefited tonight. Watch Bullseye next week, because you can't beat a bit of bully. Bye!
Excuse please, can you tell me where to Cock Foster's?
Yeah, drink it warm, mate. Funny question.
They've got Michael.
Where did it happen?
Covent Garden. Can't have been gone more than 10 minutes.
What do they want?
What do they always want? Money.
When?
An hour, maybe 6.
The Renault 5. What's yours called?
The fast-loading Amstrad 6128 can cost as little as £299. It's just what you've been waiting for.
Well, lad.
All right, Mum.
Well, what's it like to have a wage packet then?
Not bad, not bad.
And?
What's on, Tim? You know, I went down the job centre before I started.
Oh, yeah. And?
We know got on that job start thing.
Yeah.
Well, it means I get an extra 20 quid a week for the first 6 months.
Woo!
Woo!
What if you don't want it?
I want it.
Job start. For anyone claiming benefit for over a year who takes a full-time job for less than £80 a week.
Hey, Susie thinks everything should be covered in real milk chocolate, just like a trio. Personally, I think... She's got a point, man. I mean, it's not a bad idea, like...
There's no nicer way to eat real milk chocolate than on a...
In 1 hour's time here on Scottish television, we bring you up to date with the national news. That's at 6:30. Then at 7:20, Harry Seacombe visits the Channel Island of Alderney in this week's Highway. But right now, it's time for Scot Sport. Afternoon, and in the absence of Arthur Montford, who's having a short break, welcome from Jock Brown and myself to today's programme. Jock, it's nice to have you with us today.
Thank you very much.
We're at Meadowbank Sports Centre in Edinburgh for the finals of badminton's big occasion of the year, the famous Grouse International Championships.
But we won't be overlooking football's match of the day. At Pittodrie, Aberdeen, under new manager Ian Porterfield, looking to dent the progress of Rangers. And in the world of rugby, the absorbing match at Myerside between Watsonians and Heriots FB, which produced some stirring action.
And the day before the British Ice Skating Championships,
I'll be looking at the attempt by Fiona Ritchie from Dundee to add the senior title to the British Junior she won last month at Richmond.
But first to Pittodrie for one of the most intriguing matches of the season. Aberdeen's farewell to the Ferguson-Knox partnership was followed by an enthusiastic welcome for Ian Porterfield, whose baptism into the Scottish Premier League could hardly have seemed more fiery. So, as he headed for the seat in the Pittodrie dugout for the first time, here's how the action developed just after the kick-off.
So it's very interesting to note the Rangers' tactics early on, with Dougie Bell wearing number 8, Cammy Fraser on the right side of midfield wearing number 7. And Ian Durrant on the left with Derek Ferguson in the middle. So support will require to come from that midfield area for Ali McCoy's through the middle. Enormous throw from David Robertson. McPherson's header, and an offside flag was up on the far side against John Hewitt. The referee this afternoon, Mr. Tommy Muirhead from Stenhousemuir. McLeish nodding it away. Robertson showing a lot of strength for one so young. Here's Ferguson now to Cooper. Good play from Davy Cooper. Trying to engineer the shooting chance. Still Cooper. And he went down in rather dramatic fashion, but Davy Cooper causing problems immediately with that darting run through the middle. There's Alec McLeish. Not too pleased with that one forward. Good play from Rangers on the left. Cooper and Monroe together. Stuart Monroe still going forward. A chance for Cooper, he couldn't reach it. Miller stepped in. But some tremendous forcing play there from Stuart Monroe. As Ferguson drives it wide, Stuart Monroe showing another side to his abilities for Rangers, linking up with Cooper on the halfway line, sprinting forward, evading the tackle from Alec McLeish, pulling back a fine pass towards McCoist and Cooper, but Miller got there first. Butcher's header, helped on by Cooper. There's McLeish. Joe Miller again, tackle from the back by Derek Ferguson. And the free kick's been given to Aberdeen. So Jim Bett is over the ball. Looking for Davy Dodds at the edge of the box. Ferguson wins it. Fraser helps it out to Durrant. Good tackle that from Bett. Now Miller. Robbed by Cooper. Monroe in trouble. With a chance for Aberdeen. There's Davy Dodds. 1-0 to Aberdeen. And a disaster in defence for Rangers. Well, there's no question that Aberdeen have had the balance of the play, but really there should have been no danger at all on this occasion. Stuart Monroe had possession at the corner of the box, trying to play it back to Chris Wood. Some very good play by the Aberdeen forwards, cutting off the road to goal. Monroe got into trouble, and when the ball came inside, Hewitt was there, came off Woods, and Davy Dodds had the simplest of tasks to knock home his third goal for Aberdeen. So 19 minutes into the match, and Aberdeen draw first blood. And certainly it's a goal which will make the Rangers manager Graham Souness very unhappy indeed. Here's Davy Cooper. Chance for an early reply. Robertson helped it out, and it's a Rangers throw on the far side. So once again, it's a Rangers ball. There's Durrant. Well, that I'm sure at the start Rangers were anxious to avoid. They tried to dictate the match from midfield. A good header by McKimmie. And some fine play over there on the far side by Cammy Fraser to send over the cross. McKimmie got up very well indeed to nod that behind. A short corner finds Ferguson. There's McKimmie again with a header out. There's McCoy, but a foul against Ferguson, challenging Billy Stark. a huge kick out from Leighton. Slapped away by Nicholl. There's Willie Miller. And Connor. Dropped by Fraser. McCoy still on the right. Supported by Bell. Well, that's great play from Dougie Bell. Rangers have been forward this time. Still Bell going all the way. Well, everything was impressive except the final shot. Superb close control, Dougie Bell, beating his man just inside the Aberdeen half, coming forward, cutting inside. He had options available on right and left, but chose to have that left foot shot for goal. Person looking for McCoy, but he's got very little change out of McLeish this afternoon so far, Ali McCoy. Now Dodds. Connor. And Dave McPherson went in late on Davy Dodds, and he will be booked. Well, that was an act of folly by the Rangers centre-half, who's had a very tough time in the match so far. He's been pulled about by Dodds and Joe Miller, John Hewitt also, and some frustration creeping in on that occasion. You see Dodds had the ball under control, laid it back towards Connor, then took a thumping tackle late. Robertson's header, here's Davy Dodds. Now Connor. An awkward one for Stuart Munro. Scraps picked up by Dodds. Here's Miller. Oh, good play by Miller. A fine cross. It was Nicholl who did well for Rangers. And Woods takes it off the head of Jimmy Nicholl again. Well, a debt owed to Jimmy Nicholl, there's no doubt about that. Connor would have cashed in, but it was delightful play on the right from Joe Miller which set it all up. Look at the way he took on Stuart Munro, sped to the byline, a superb out-swinging cross. Connor was coming in, and a fine leap by Jimmy Nicholl saved the day for Rangers. Jimmy very sure-footed again, challenging Cooper. Leash into space ahead. Dodds is there with Butcher. Free kick against Butcher, and Dodds felt the full brunt of that challenge. Aberdeen pressing forward now in the closing minutes of the first half. The free kick will be taken by Alec McLeish. That's towards Dodds. There's Robertson. A good snapshot from the youngster. But Woods was very alert. And you can see again an example of the problems posed by Davy Dodds in the air. The long ball from McLeish. Dodds got a touch. That snapshot from Robertson almost caught out the Rangers defence. There's Dodds. Now Connor. Heading to the byline. That's a good cross again. Up goes Miller. Stark is in the box. And Derek Ferguson gets it back to Woods. The Aberdeen fans looking for a foul against Ferguson for holding off Stark. The referee's not interested. But some fine play over that left flank from Connor. He did extremely well to send over that teasing cross. Joe Miller getting up well. And Stark was just waiting for the ball to fall kindly for him. But at the other end, the free kick to Rangers. A late opportunity to find an equaliser. And some activity off the ball inside the box. Davy Dodds has been sent spinning, and the referee is now going over towards the linesman on the far side. Oh, I didn't see what happened there. The free kick was about to be taken. There's the linesman, Mr. Harris from Lift, having a word with Tommy Muirhead. And I fancy now that Rangers may well be facing the prospect of losing a player. 5 may well mean David McPherson. And the only possible decision surely can be an ordering off, because that was certainly with the ball dead. Referee Muirhead calling David McPherson to him. Now this is a moment of drama at Pittodrie. But in the last minute of the first half, David McPherson clashing with David Dodds off the ball. The linesman has identified him to the referee, and the red card is shown to the Rangers centre-half. The match will restart with a free kick to Rangers, taken by Cooper, headed out by Betts. The danger's still not over. It's McLeish starting it out. There's Munro. The referee Muirhead, I'm sure, will be anxious to blow for half-time. He's done so. And what a dramatic end to the first half. Davy Dodds was off wounded. He was the man who got the vital goal in the 19th minute, which has given Aberdeen the lead. It came after an error in defence by Stuart Munro, hurried into trouble inside his own box. Hewitt went in and goalkeeper Woods, a good save initially, but no, Dodds knocked home the rebound to give Aberdeen the half-time lead, which they just about deserve. It's Aberdeen 1, Rangers 0.
And now for some more good clean fun from Tennant's Special. Scoring a hat trick in the opening 5 seconds. Admiring Eddie's new hairstyle. Playing your favorite tune on the jukebox. Playing dominoes with Big Tam. Setting a brand new fashion trend. Buying a pint of Tennant Special for all your mates. Taking your hat off to a lady. Giving Fat Bob 1 peanut too many. And offering to run Linda home. Tennant's Special drinking. It's a lot of fun.
What time is it?
Early. Go back to sleep.
The new Renault 11, with improved performance and improved styling. Suddenly, life doesn't seem so tough.
Inspiration.
You could say that.
Ever-ready torches. You'll never walk alone.
Welcome aboard, everybody. And
while you're on this foreign trip, stay fit and well. And don't forget to carry your gums brushed with Mentadent gel for healthy teeth. You need healthy gums. For healthy gums, you better start young. Brushing helps to fight the plaque. For gum health, it does excel. Take good care of your gums brushed with Mentadent gel.
be chums with your gums with new Metadent gel. Thank you.
Action for Jobs, opening more doors to more jobs. For people who are out of work and want to do something about it, get your Action for Jobs booklet now.
The Rangers face second half, Peter Pittodrie a goal behind and reduced to only 10 men. And Walter Smith and Graham Souness in the Rangers dressing room at half-time had the opportunity to make some alterations to cope with their shortage of Dave McPherson. They've done so by means of playing Terry Butcher alongside Cammy Fraser in central defence and bringing Davy Cooper back into a central position in midfield. Davy Dodds with the damage inflicted apparently by the head of Dave McPherson just on the half-time whistle. We saw the big centre-half ordered off. This is Dougie Bell. Cooper with the return pass. Promising position for Rangers with Bell at the byline. Well tackled by Connor, but Rangers have the corner kick. The wind is still swirling awkwardly around the stadium. Basically in favour now of Rangers. The Butcher has gone forward all right. No point in hanging back with a 1-goal deficit. There's Butcher! And a chance for Dougie Bell. Ollie McCoyston was rather with the chance. Butcher did so well with this high ball. Look at the way he attacks the ball in the air, nods it down firmly, came straight to McCoist, and he didn't catch the shot properly. With Connor now for Aberdeen. Joe Miller calling for the ball. Hugging that right wing for the time being. Bet with Hewitt and lots of space in the left. And the referee decides that was a dive. And I think the Aberdeen fans may be justified in their hostile reaction to that decision. Well, if we look at that again, John Hewitt committing his man, going past him on the outside. Well, that appeared to be a penalty kick. It was missed by Robertson. Here's Davy Cooper. Durant. And a very important tackle in the end by Stuart McKimmie. Durant covering a lot of ground to get in the end of that pass. Header taken down by Miller, appeared to be tripped by Fergus. The referee allows play to go on with Rangers in possession. Dougie Bell challenged by Stark. Aberdeen looking increasingly comfortable in the lead. Robertson to Connor. Switching the point of the attack to Stuart McKimmie on the right. There's Hewitt. Going inside Fraser and Monroe. Fraser at full stretch. Miller playing it against Durant. There's Hewitt. That's for Connor. Great chance for Aberdeen. The ball was running away from Connor all the time. Well, Dougie Bell appeared to have done a good covering job, but he got into trouble in the end as Hewitt flighted this ball across, slanting it into the box. Connor chasing in with Bell, and eventually it broke off Connor upwardly beyond Woods and behind for the goal kick. For Robert Fleck coming on, the number 8 signifies Dougie Bell, who's going off. So that's a positive move from Rangers, putting on Fleck as a striker to replace midfield player Dougie Bell. So Pittodrie strangely quiet for the moment. Rangers fans, I think, feel that the task may be beyond their favourites, and the Aberdeen fans content to wait for the full-time whistle. Here's Jimmy Nicholl. It's Connor who intercepts. Good play from the international midfield player. Now John Hewitt has a chance to go at Butcher. There's a header from Miller. Holds his head in his hands, Joe Miller. It was an excellent chance, but he made it easy in the end for Chris Woods. Here's Ferguson. Can they snatch a dramatic late equaliser? Davy Cooper. Now Monroe. Cooper again towards Fleck. Connor got the ball first ahead of Ferguson. Now Robertson. Tackled by Nicholl. Still Jimmy Nicholl, but a free kick's been given. A challenge by Stark, I think, has been penalised. So now going into time, added on for stoppages. The whistling you hear anxiously around the stadium is coming from the Aberdeen supporters. There's Nicholl. Cooper plays it in. Brave header again by McKimmie. And now it's Joe Miller breaking on the right. Hewitt's waiting in the middle all on his own. A great chance for Aberdeen to make it 2. Here's Hewitt. He tried to measure the shot into the corner. But it's still only 1-0, and that was a fine break by Aberdeen. Joe Miller catching the Rangers defence stranded. Playing into the path of Hewitt, he waited, set up his shooting chance, and dropped the ball wide, and that is the end of the action. Aberdeen are the winners by 1-0. The scorer was Davy Dodds. There's Ian Porterfield, a very happy man indeed, I'm sure. A vital victory to keep Aberdeen right in the league race. But in one respect only unsatisfactory, and that was that they had to play against 10 men for so long. after Dave McPherson was ordered off right on the half-time whistle. The final score, Aberdeen 1, Rangers 0.
Ian, what did you make of that reception from the Aberdeen fans at the start?
Oh, it was quite sensational. Really, it was marvellous. I couldn't believe it, really, and it was really nice, the welcome they gave me. I really appreciate it.
How do you feel about the performance overall from the team?
Yeah, I thought we did very well. In fact, I think if Rangers had continued with 11 men, I think we might have did better in the second half. But I thought the commitment and honesty and attitude of the lads was first class, and it gives me something to build on.
You've seen a couple of games in the Premier Division this week. What's your overall impression of the standard of play?
I think the standard of play is very, very good, really. Obviously, there's maybe 6 sides that are going to be pushing for the top, or pushing for the top position. And the standard, most certainly in the last year or two, has improved. And I mean, just look at a side like Rangers. They're bringing international from England up to Scotland, and that can only be good for the Premier League.
You also have a fair blend of youth and experience in the Aberdeen team.
Yeah, very much so. I thought that we did very well today. Not singling anyone out, because I thought it was a team effort. Maybe the 2 young lads maybe deserve a little mention. The young left back, young Robertson, did ever so well, and Joe Miller. I was very pleased with them. Big occasion, big atmosphere, and they did well. But it was a team performance, and thoroughly pleased to win the game.
So clearly the beginning of a new era at Pittodrie. Now the world of rugby tucked its league programme into winter hibernation this weekend, emerging again in even chillier climes, I suspect, in early January. In the race for the First Division title of the McEwen's National League Championship, Watsonians knew they had to beat city rivals Heriots FP to sustain their challenge to unbeaten Hawick. From my side, here's how it all panned out. Heriots, leading 4-3 early in the first half, are in the blue and white striped jerseys attacking the goal to the left. The commentator is Ian Anderson.
Waiting is Smith. And Scott Hastings is pace. And, oh my word. Looking at him coming inside, and Scott Hastings pursuing his own kick is the support of Clive Miller. It's bounced. Oh, it can't hold it. Oh, how very unfortunate for Watsonians. Clive Miller couldn't hold that. If he had, that was a certain try. Ian Smith with the ball looks dejected. But we'll see exactly what has happened. Here's the bounce. Miller juggles with it, goes behind his head. It then comes clear for Ian Smith, who gathers and to his mind scores. Bad luck, Watsonians. Stuart Johnson putting in for Watsonians. Strike it. Good possession this time to Wilson. Dummy scissors. Gavin Hastings in the line. Half through. It's rather Scott trying to win it. And the penalty to Watsonians. Heriots preventing the winning of that ball. Referee Gus Thompson, no doubt about that. Looks like Bruce Walker, who's been in the wars this afternoon, a very committed back row forward indeed. Gavin Hastings, he'll be playing on Wednesday night at the Intercity at Maitland. And of course we expect to see him in the blue jersey of Scotland at some point during the season, after his exploits of last year, when he did all sorts of record-breaking feats. This is a long kick. That's the halfway line you're seeing there. And he's got to judge the wind. There's the view from the back. Well, he's lofted it all right. And put it right over. Now, that's a fine kick by Gavin Hastings. He's relieved about that one. Gavin Hastings stroked that one, lofted it, judged it perfectly, bisects the post. Puts Watsonians into the lead for the first time this half. They lead 6-4. And Watt again. And Rafferty again controlling. He's got Bruce Walker coming round. They're looking for more support. One of the back row ploys. The Bryce is in there and the penalty's awarded. It's awarded against Watsonians. It might have been Wilson Hunter killing the ball and preventing clearance. So the ball has turned over in the wind, and you notice he asked the referee's permission to replace it, because there's a kind of grey area here whereby players feel that very often the kick may be forfeit. Hewitt left-footed. This time looks good. And is. Much happier with that one. Young person. The kick left-footed from Peter Hewitt. Struck well. Fading just a little inside the post. and puts Heriots into a 7-6 lead. Stephen under pressure. It was charged down. There's a chance here for Watsonians. It's bounced well for Hunter. Can he get there? He's just short. And the try's been given. Now, who got the final touchdown? Well, it looks like Willie Hunter. And it is. We'll have another look at that one. A very fast strike from Alan Watt to Pete Stephen. It was charged down there by Hunter. It came back, and it was Willie Hunter, in fact, who scored the try. From one Hunter to another. Kenny Milne waiting for the code. The code is 7. Make of that what you will. Ian Milne has got it tidily, and this should come back. Christian Hoggs fighting and struggling, and they're trying to roll around it. Now it's Bruce Walker who does the tidying job, and Neil Marshall's boot. He's found Gavin Hastings. There's a clean catch for you. Oh, and another kick charged down. This could have been dangerous. The boot was that of McCausland, and Ewan Kennedy and Pete Hewitt, and Hewitt's going to score a try. Yes, he has. Well, we need to have another look at that one. The kick was charged down from Gavin Hastings. It was a long chase, and Pete Hewitt had the legs of Ewan Kennedy. He kept it in just and no more and scored the try. So Pete Hewitt scored the try. Pete Stephen attempting to convert it with his right foot swinging in towards the posts. Looks good, and is. We've lost the sunlight, as you could see, but the sun shining for Heriots in this fine kick from Pete Stephen. It's 13-10 for Heriots. Stuart Johnson, first against the head of the afternoon. Rafferty holds and turns and drives. Good control as Watt waits. Now it comes back. Marshall. The reverse scissors to Stephen. It was very well tackled there indeed by Stuart Johnson. Penalties coming Heriots' way if they don't get the advantage. They don't, and it is. Coming over the top, says the referee, preventing Heriots winning the ball. And Johnny Bryce down underneath that. Been beavering away all afternoon. Pete Hewitt with, well, with one he could plonk over in his sleep were it not for this wind. But he's just to strike it properly. The wind has died. And he does. He does. A kick from Peter Hewitt. He's got his kicking boots on now. Let's just look at the angle. There it is. 16-10 to Heriots, and that's made it very hard for Watsonians to get back into this game. Alan Watt putting in. Rafferty taps it to one side. Marshall caught in two minds, makes the best of it, runs free. Well, Machiocha almost got away with it and looks to have done. Milne buries him, but the ball's left available. Stuart Johnston. Good. Oh, Miller didn't hold it. Oh, dear me, Clive Miller will be annoyed by that, but there's an offside against the Heriot backs after that ruck. The referee has played that advantage. But, Gavin's going to kick at goal. 16-10, remember. Now, can you put this over Gavin Hastings? Yes, you can. That's what he wanted to do, obviously. He hit this firm and true as the shades of night fall around us. So it's 16-13. And really, a try would do Watsonians now. Rafferty holding again, and again it goes inside to Walker. He's looking for Bryce, who wasn't there. But now Heriots have got over it. Watt and Marshall. Well, was that a late tackle? Well, clearly the referee thinks it was. So does Neil Marshall. Number 7 is Clive Miller. He's all right, Neil Marshall. It was late, but I hardly think it was a heinous one. But nevertheless, they have a choice. They can have a kick at the point of infringement, or they can have a kick where the ball lands. And that is what the referee has indicated. And Pete Hewitt going up to kick points, which, if they were secured, would more or less close the door on Watsonians. So Pete Hewitt to stretch the Heriot lead again. 16-13 as he looks at the posts and with his left foot prepares to stroke it between them, which he has just done. No bother at all. 19-13. More points from the left foot of Peter Hewitt. 19-13. Gavin Hastings getting the game back underway. It's perfectly judged. Beautifully taken by Scott Hastings. What a lovely bit of play that was. Well, what's the referee's given a penalty try? The referee has given a penalty try. We'll have to look at that again to see exactly. Now, he was no doubt about that. Beautiful chip from Gavin Hastings to Scott Hastings. Scott Hastings broke the tackle, was running for the line, looked for the support, and that's what it's for. It's for Pete Hewitt's preventing, deliberately knocking the ball away from a certain try, and that is why the try was given. A deliberate knock-on by Peter Hewitt. And this to tie the scores. Tie the scores, it does. Well, well, well. What a piece of drama here at Marside. 19, come on, says Gavin Hastings, we can still do it.
But that's how it stayed, 19 each. Well, tomorrow in Solihull, a young Dundee schoolgirl will take to the ice for her first event in the 1986 British Senior Skating Championships. Although she's only 15, Fiona Ritchie looks certain to come away with a medal. A few weeks ago, she won the British Junior event. Now, along with teenager John Martin of Ayr, she's set to do Scotland proud at the seniors. Earlier in the week, I went to meet Fiona and John and watch them training at Dundee Ice Rink. When you're as dedicated to skating as Fiona Ritchie, the sport becomes a family affair. And for her mum, Fiona's